Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. Episode 31, I think? I'm pretty sure the last one was actually episode 30. First of all, why in the world does the Temple of Darkness description say a temple said to house the summoned spirit of darkness, heavy darkness obstructs entry? By the time you get this on your map, you can go there instantly. There's never a point in the game where you have the Temple of Darkness as an available option and can't actually go there. That's really confusing.
So who is Celis?
It's Zelos' sister.
Half-sister of Zelos, the Chosen.
You know this already.
Frail constitution. Without the aid of an X-sphere, even everyday activities are difficult for her.
X-spheres. Those stones with mysterious powers, right? And they were made by the Desians.
Yes. They allow people to amp their abilities to their full potential. Both of us have one.
The king has issued an order demanding the surrender of all X-spheres. So we'll have to return these as well someday.
At any rate, Celis didn't waste any time in giving her X-sphere back. And that's why Zelos has been so worried about her.
When Celis is involved, the Chosen has a tendency to lose his composure.
That certainly makes
Anyone
sense.
just touches the hair on her head and he'd hunt them down to the gates of hell itself.
Wow, that's so dashing. I wish I had an older brother like that.
That's really interesting, because as I recall, Celis and Zelos didn't really get along. And I bet they still don't. I bet Celis still is very, very dismissive of Zelos. But Zelos is still super protective. It's also interesting that I would think the king would be ordering a halt of production of X-spheres because of what, how they're made. I'm a little surprised that he wants them all the current ones, because it's not like you can bring the people back. So why not let people that kind of need them to live a normal life continue living a normal life? Well, that was weird. You, walked past the entrance, and then you turned around and walked to the entrance. Alright, we're back to the city. Back to the moonlight. I don't know why moonlight had to get involved. Are they going to have me go over to Zelos's... Did I actually ever go over here? I am not convinced I did. Because this is the rich area, I believe. No, this is the poor area. But I also didn't actually come over here, so let's see what's going on. Wait, I did, because I noticed... No? Well, you're boring. I was originally born to a noble family. Is that... No wonder you fell if that's all you can talk about. I used to be amazing. You said bow? Okay, bow wow makes more sense. Just bow does not make any sense. It would be an awesome swordsman like Master Zelos someday. I want to kick you off this roof. Urgh. I wish Gnome would quit doing that. I know it's not actually Gnome, but I don't know who it is yet, so I'm just going to use Gnome. I thought... Maybe not. What was over here? Because for a second I thought Zelos' manor was over here, but no, there's definitely no manors in the poor section. I remember I had to come over here on a pretty regular basis. So there was something important on this side. This is Zelos' manor, and you have a... Over the Element Research Laboratory. I just can't relax. There could be an earthquake at any time. I don't know. This is this building. This is where Corrine was made. Well, it looks like I can't do anything here, so we will move on. Maybe I have to go to the castle itself. Maybe I can't find Zelos' manor, because I definitely thought it was kind of there. I don't need to go to the inn. Is it over on this side of town? Aww. Why do you have someone out front telling people to come to your store if you're not going to be in your store? That's one of those... Yeah, the guy comes out and is like, I'm going to go resupply. I'll see you later, Bob. Bob's like, oh, does that mean I can go home early? No, I paid you for the day, so stay out here and try and get people to come in the shop. The door's locked, but do your best. Item shop owner's an asshole. Alright, what's over here? I have conveniently forgotten. Okay, that's the Coliseum and the weapons shop. I feel so bad that there keeps being earthquakes, and I'm not actively doing anything to stop them. The like city is terrified. They're petrified. They aren't very happy. Oh damn it! I keep thinking the item shop used to be down there. I swear, and I keep going there because that's what I remember. Because I'm like actively looking for the item shop. Sovereignty, but you shouldn't be here. Before I was distraught because I had too much money, but now I'm distraught that young girls find me too attractive. Oh, how terrible. Lazy Lloyd likes the lack of labor and longing. I like my tongue twister. That doesn't describe Lloyd at all. Even the Weller family looks so beautiful and magnificent. I guess the Silveranti probably all kind of hate Lloyd because Lloyd is the one that caused the worlds to come together. I'm researching the musician and cultural difference between Tithiala and Silverant. Silverant, the best way to win the heart of people is through music. That is actually not something I disagree with. I think you can learn a lot by finding out, you know, what the musical tastes of an era are. Zelos, is this your manor? I think it is.
Duke Bryant, welcome back. Ah, and Miss Sheena, you grace us with your presence.
And you brought peasants. And a dog.
It's been a while, Sebastian.
And you would be Sir Emile, Miss Marta, and Sir Tenebrae, correct? Duke Bryant was good enough to send word ahead of your visit.
Wait, I didn't think normal people could see Tenebrae.
Thank you. We've come about the Glaucius's core.
And also to find out what core is causing earthquakes.
Yes, well, one of our servants, a man named Tokunaga, informed us that he had come into possession of an unusual jewel.
Alright. Wow, one of your servants.
Isn't that the butler we saw coming out of the item shop?
I thought we were coming back here to... Oh, no, this is Zealous. I'm stupid. Never mind, guys.
The same. It seems that he had just purchased the core when we saw him.
Could you please call Mr. Tokunaga for us?
What the hell was that?
What could that be?
It sounded like a Gatling gun.
It's Lady Celis. Lady Celis has been kidnapped by Sir Lloyd.
What? Oh my god. Of all, you know, up until now, there was this ongoing narrative in the game of what would Lloyd have to do to, like, get his former friends to no longer have faith in him. That'll do it.
What? Sir Bud kidnapped Lady Celis?
Sir... Oh, I remember that now.
Sir Bud?
Are you talking about Lloyd?
We'll explain later. Which way did he go?
Out the second floor window.
We have to go after him.
Alright, let's do it. Damn it. This is why I wanted to find items, because... Like... Actually, I don't think I'm that low. I should be okay for a boss fight, I hope. I also would not mind... Let's get these guys back in the party. I want to change these out whenever I find because people have told me that it's probably, since monsters level so fast, it probably would not be a bad idea to switch my monsters out and level some different ones since those guys are so high. Move, lady! This is a very small manor, actually. Although, granted, the fact they won't let me into any of the rooms makes it seem smaller than it is.
Where is he?
Tenebrae, can you sense Glaucius around here?
I do sense a presence getting further from here. However, energy from another Centurion's core is causing some interference.
Another core?
Like lumens. Lloyd has that.
No, this would be Solemn's core, I believe.
I was going to say that the core is causing all the earthquakes.
Why would Solemn's core be here?
We can wonder about that later. Let's split up and start searching.
Damn it. Alright, anything in here? Won't even let me check. So obviously not. Obviously that place is irrelevant. I wonder if they still say that Lloyd is lazy now that he's liaisoning with libelous... Alright, I don't know. I did not have that prepared at all. Okay, it does not look like there's any information here. Sorry for not voice acting this, but it's one of those I don't want to like stop when I'm searching for someone, because that's not very Emil like. Emil would be like, "Hey," exactly like that. That's exactly what he would sound like. Okay, that's what I figured. Not supposed to go that way. You see anything? I bet I'm going to run into Zelos fighting Lloyd, in all honesty. That seems to be where this, like, narrative is going. Anything in here? I am not here to shop, sir. I was just seeing if there was anything actually in that room. I'm also not here to fight in the Coliseum. That mercenary who never lost the Coliseum probably fought one fight, won, and has refused to fight ever since. That way you can say he's never lost. I'm on to him.
Whoa, excuse you. It's you.
Zelos obviously hasn't heard yet.
Zelos Wilder.
Huh. Never expected to see you in my neck of the woods.
We don't have time for that. Lloyd kidnapped your sister.
What are you talking about?
It's true.
How has he not heard? Like, even the random guards at the castle have heard.
Lloyd.
Lloyd Irving.
I'm about to turn into Ratatosk.
I've been waiting for you. Come back here! Damn it, I lost him.
How did you lose him?
You're saying that was Lloyd?
You don't recognize him? He certainly looks like Lloyd.
Of course. Are you blind?
Don't make me laugh. That's not Lloyd.
That's interesting. The entire game I've been thinking that wasn't really Lloyd, but the game pretty much had me convinced.
You idiot. Your sister's been kidnapped.
Don't get your britches in a bunch, kid. Lloyd wouldn't do something like that to Celis.
I don't know if this is Zelos being blind, or if this is actually, like, the reveal that this hasn't been Lloyd the whole time.
That was not Lloyd.
Where are you going?
I'm going home. If someone's gone to all the trouble of kidnapping Celis, I'm sure they left me some sort of message. You come too. You want to see Lloyd, right?
But you just told me that wasn't Lloyd. Interesting. That is a really unexpected... I don't know if it's a twist, because something I said at the very beginning of the game as soon as I first saw Lloyd, because of the voice actor. But I expected, of all of the party of Symphonia, I expected Zelos to absolutely be the one that was like, you know, just insta action. Not going to, you know, take even a tenth of a second to get his bearings. But no, instead, dang, I want to buy items. Instead, his reaction was very much one of, oh, well, let's think about this logically. You know, if we're going to try and chase this guy down, we have to play by his own rules. We can't just go rushing headstrong into every corner of, you know. I mean, Zelos is actually being super smart and super, like, methodically intelligent about this. I realize I said smart and intelligent. Okay, my vocabulary may not be the best. Alright. Going inside.
Master Zelos. Lady Celes has been...
The kid already filled me in.
That seems inappropriate.
Duke Bryant and Miss Sheena are currently out looking for Lady Celes.
Regal and Sheena?
Yep, that would be who that is.
It looks like Lloyd's already skipped town. Oh,
Marta.
She's like, oh, it's you.
Emil.
Sebastian, tell me exactly what happened.
I was the one who witnessed it, Master Zelos. I had presented Lady Celes with an exceptional gem called the Glaucius. I had just begun explaining its origins when it happened.
Damn it, Tokunaga!
Sir Lloyd suddenly came in through the window. He grabbed Lady Celes along with the gem and escaped.
This dialogue does not seem very legitimate to me. I'm sorry. I don't feel like he's not going to be like, oh, well, there was this gem, and I gave her a gem, and I was talking about the gem, and then Lloyd came in and took her and the gem. Obviously, for us as a player, it's, meant to convey that Lloyd was after the gem, not Celes. But for him, Tokunaga, there's no reason he would put that much emphasis on the gem. He would be talking about Celes, and then we'd probably have to end up asking about the gem. I can appreciate the fact that they want to kind of cut to the chase and skip unnecessarily dialogue, but it feels incorrect to me. It doesn't feel natural.
You mean Lloyd has Glaucius's core?
I'm sorry, Marta. If only I caught him.
So how many cores are in play? We have 4 now? Because we have we went through the frosted, but we don't have frost yet. We have wind, we have darkness, and we have fire. So we have 3. And Lloyd now has 3. Because Lloyd has Lumen's core, he's got Glaucius's core. Okay, I guess he only has 2. And then there's also Solemn's core nearby. So we've run into 6 cores, I believe, of 8.
And there's been no word from Lloyd?
We have yet to hear anything.
That's weird.
What's so weird about it? Lloyd's after all of the cores.
Then why go to the trouble of kidnapping Celes? I'm telling you, that's not Lloyd.
You're wrong. It was Lloyd. I saw him with my own eyes.
Yeah, but to be fair, Emil, you don't actually know. I guess Emil does know what Lloyd looks like because of that stupid statue in his hometown, or his secondary hometown.
What would you know about Lloyd anyway? You really think he smells like that?
Smells like that, Zelos. Are you a dog now?
Smell?
Yep, when he ran by me, there was this horrible stench. I thought I was gonna pass out. Lloyd's never been the sort to wear cologne, and even if he was, he'd never put on something that putrid.
Now that you mention it, it did smell a bit familiar.
Interesting. It smelled just like my uncle.
Was it Ode to Seduction?
Oh. I didn't mean for that to be the pun of Oda's seduction is oh, but huh. So if Vanguard, that would actually make a lot of sense if Vanguard is impersonating Lloyd in order to try and get people to turn against the Church of Martel.
That's it. Wait, that would mean Dex was disguised as Lloyd?
Hey, you guys want to enlighten the rest of us as to what you're talking about?
Zelos, I know you're the Chosen, but you can't actually speak with the royal we.
Well, you see...
Ratatosk, huh? I gotta say, that's quite the tale.
He is incredibly calm about this.
So anyway, there's a good chance the Lloyd we saw was actually this Vanguard guy Dex in disguise.
Then where the hell has Lloyd gotten off to?
Judging from the smell, I think so.
Alright, come with me for an audience with His Majesty. Let Regal and Sheena know when they come back.
Understood.
An audience?
The House of Wilder is second in status only to the royal family. We have to report this immediately. Let's go.
That makes sense since he is the Chosen of Tethiala. I have to wonder, what does Tethiala recognize Colette as? Because do they just give her an honorary nobility because she's the Chosen of Silverant? Or they're still just like, well, Silverant? Very interesting twist. You know, the entire game I've been working off the premise that Lloyd had his innate desire, you know, his innate desires were amplified by the fact he kept getting cores, and that was causing him to take the actions he was taking. Ultimately, it would be like, hey, I need to, you know, stop something. Oh, these cores will help me, so let me go grab them. Oh, these people are trying to stop me, so I'll kill them. You know, kind of a... The cores brought out the, you know... They didn't affect his desires, but they affected his perception of the best, you know... They removed the moral ambiguity of what could he do to accomplish his goals. And so that's what I've been working off of, the assumption the entire game. But it does completely make sense that Dex and the other Vanguard would try and discredit Lloyd by making him attack places. Though again, that does bring up the very, very, very valid question of where the hell has Lloyd been then? And why has he not come forward? You guys almost stabbed each other. I saw that.
Zelos, chosen one. I'm told that Bud has kidnapped Celis.
I didn't realize that the king also called him Bud.
To be more accurate, Your Majesty, she was taken by an imposter of his. We believe the Vanguard may be involved.
Excuse me, why do you call him Bud?
Because he's my bud.
You say those
I'd actually forgotten that was the reason.
Call themselves the Silveranti Liberation Front committed this crime? How awful.
Interesting. Where's the queen? Because that's the thing. I only remember actually meeting the King of Tethyala once. He's the one who gave us permission to enter the City of the Elves. And other than that, I never really had a lot of scenes with him. And so he's kind of a big question mark in my memory. But I didn't remember that there was no queen.
Your Majesty, Duke Bryant and Shina Fujibayashi of Mizuho have arrived.
I would speak with them.
So say they're going to make a V.
It seems matters have become quite grave.
And Regal, you could have at least, you know, changed out of prisoner fare before meeting with the freaking king.
Your Majesty, we come bearing new information about the current situation.
Scouts from my village reported seeing a Rayard overhead flying east.
And that's the other question. It makes me a little bit concerned if fake Lloyd has a Rayard.
East of here. That could be the Cape Fortress.
Marta?
The Vanguard has a base in the Cape Fortress.
So, Marta dear, how do you know something like that?
Well...
Former Vanguard, huh?
A member of the Vanguard?
Stop, please. Marta has nothing to do with the Vanguard anymore.
And I may have to, like, completely destroy your guards if you don't stop.
And right now, my sister's life is more important. Put away your weapons! So far, the Vanguard hasn't made any attempt to contact me regarding my sister's kidnapping.
Yeah, it seems odd, because they should only want the core. Why do they want her?
Which is why I suspect they've abducted Celis in order to get to Lloyd, rather than me.
Why would they do that?
So that does tell me, if that theory is correct, that Lloyd may be stranded somewhere. I'm like, they've done something to keep Lloyd from interfering with them impersonating him all over the place. But if they aren't the ones that have him disabled, who does? Because they wouldn't be trying to get to Lloyd if they had him like in a cell somewhere.
Emil, the Vanguard's after the cores too, correct? That would include whatever cores Lloyd has.
And also, that probably means they may have figured out... It actually may be that they have Lloyd in a cell, but Lloyd isn't cooperating. And they may have figured out that all of the cores are in places that Lloyd found the spirits. Although, even if that was the case, why would they not want Zelos? Because he was also there. Although, again, maybe it was because Zelos wasn't there for all of them. Sheena was, though. They could go after Sheena. I guess it would be difficult to go after the head of a secret ninja guild.
I see. They took Celis so they can make a trade with Lloyd.
Well, it could just be coincidence. Celis came in possession of the core. They set out to steal it, and ended up grabbing her when they realized she'd be useful as well.
Dex, how could he?
Oh, he can do a lot of things.
We'll need to infiltrate the Vanguard's base. Your Majesty, in case our plan should fail, I would request the Royal Army be ready to take up the search for Celis.
Of course. I'll have my generals make the necessary preparations immediately. As for Mizuho...
I've already asked my people to start a search.
Wow, Sheena works fast.
Excellent. But Chosen One, shouldn't you consider staying behind in the city?
He did consider it, and then he rejected it. But he did indeed consider it.
If I don't get some thrills in now and then, I'll grow old before my time. Well then, Your Majesty, we will take our leave.
Well, I do want to have fun with Zelos, and yeah, I think it'll be more fun to have Sheena and Zelos in the same party.
I'd like to say something before we go.
Something?
Is something the matter?
Something.
I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing
yeah, what?
for?
It's about Lloyd.
Amelia, you had absolutely no way of knowing that wasn't Lloyd. You don't need to apologize.
I've been thinking, what if all of these terrible things I've been blaming on Lloyd were actually done by his imposter?
Emil.
I don't know.
But again, you would have no way of knowing the difference. That's the whole point. Only people who know Lloyd would be like, that's not Lloyd. Although I'm surprised that Zelos was the first one who figured out he stunk. Because they've all run into him from time to time. Although, actually, granted, I don't know that any of them got that close to him.
Maybe this is the only time it's his imposter. Of course, it could turn out that the real Lloyd is responsible for this.
I doubt it. It doesn't make any sense.
But every time I hear one of Lloyd's friends talk about him, it's hard to believe he's the same person who did all of those terrible things. So...
I appreciate what you're trying to say, but we have no idea what the truth is.
I also actually have to say, I think it would have been a stronger story if they had let Lloyd's idealism be his downfall. I think they could have done something really narratively interesting with this. I think it's a good twist, and it really fits with known information that I hadn't considered, but I think the story could have been made stronger if they let Lloyd fall to a certain degree. Because that was one of my big complaints with Tales of Symphonia, is that Lloyd never had a downfall moment.
Yes, I know. It's just, I finally realized I can't jump to conclusions when there's so much doubt about what's happened. That's why I wanted to say I'm sorry.
Then let's call a truce. When you gave me the evil eye, I pegged you as just some punk. But now that I've gotten to know you, you're a pretty decent kid.
Man, that's not very fair. I gave you something. You should be thankful.
Zelos, you don't have to talk like that. It was probably Emil in Ratatosk mode that gave you the evil eye.
Well, he had no way of knowing the difference.
Indeed. It seems that Emil gets a bit abrasive when he enters this so-called Ratatosk mode.
Stop it! Stop talking about the other Emil like that! That Emil is Emil too, and he's doing the best he can. So please stop talking about him like this.
I wonder if the other Emil's glad to hear this, because we know that although Emil can't think about doesn't really know what Ratatosk is doing, Ratatosk definitely knows about what Emil is doing.
Ah, right. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm afraid I went too far as well. I'm sorry, Emil.
No, I'm fine.
Well, moving on. I think it's about time we left.
Zelos like, whatever.
Sorry to rush you all, but I'm worried about Celis.
Yes, I'm sorry for delaying. Let's get moving.
Alright, so we definitely need to stock up on items before we go. Oh my god. And I really hope I can find Cat's Corner.
Damn them. I don't care if they're the Vanguard or what. Anybody who even looks at Celis the wrong way is gonna answer to me. After I string them up by their necks from the summit of Mount Fuji, I'll tie them to a sack of bricks and dump them into Flanora.
Wow, Regal and Sheena weren't kidding.
Yeah.
What did they say?
They said you cared a lot about your sister.
That you'd never forgive anybody who hurt her.
Essentially, they said you seem to have a thing for your sister.
Regal, Sheena, come here a sec.
No, that's not what we meant.
Tenebrae!
Tenebrae is easily the best character in this game. I mean, with the exception of, some of the returning ones from Symphonia. But, oh, I love him so much.
Oh, why hello, Miss Jubilees. I see you're keeping that sumptuous body.
I was wondering when this would happen.
Say it again and I'll smack you.
Ow! You always warn me after you do it. Nice to see you haven't changed, Sheena.
Nice to see you still can't have a conversation without slobbering over breasts.
The Chosen's personality is the picture of constancy.
You haven't changed a bit yourself, Duke Bryant.
Chosen, we just saw each other the other day at the salon of Countess Rattenmeyer.
He was checking
Rattenmeyer?
voluptuous aristocratic curves, no doubt.
What's that, Sheena? Do I detect a note of jealousy?
What?
It's almost as if they'd never been apart.
Alright. So are you back open? God damn it! Well, then before I go to this place, I am definitely going to head to a different town in order to stock up on items. There's the Cape Fortress. Supposedly that's the closest one. I have my doubts, though. Because I'm going to run across half the bloody world in order to get there. But I need to restock. Yeah, that was certainly not the close. Well, maybe. I went past another place. Weird. I think Flanor was probably closer, though, in all actuality. Okay, so I need an item shop. And I need you. Awesome. Berserker. So I need a couple of... We've got everyone in the party right now, and these are all very well leveled at the moment. Let's see, do we have any more fire? We have no more fire. Oh wait, those are not necessarily... Okay, so while we have while we're running a little Symphonia party, I'll go ahead and level these guys up. If I remember correctly, why can I only... So Victor's ready to go. And Victor likes sashimi. Wait, didn't he start as Ghost? I'm just confused now. Fire Drake. That looks impressive. Alright, and lastly sorry, I realize that may have not been the most interesting thing, but I was in here and I wanted to do it, and so I did it. Now lastly, I need to find an item shop. Excuse me, guys. I turned away from the mic, hopefully you didn't hear that too clearly. There's one problem that I have now that I didn't used to have when I used like a headset. Since I actually have a real mic.
What's the matter, Tenebrae?
I'm not sure how to put this.
What is it?
It's just the monsters you befriended haven't been growing... How should I put it? As monsters, they're still immature. When I see you playing together with them, I'm reminded of a...
A daycare center?
Exactly.
Are you not an item shop? Where's the item shop? Give me an item shop. This is one of the problems because I spent so much of the first game like locked out of Acelia. I'm like, I don't know where stuff is. So I'm just sort of looking for the item shop sign. Or even like the item vendor. And I'm dang well not seeing one. Huh. Well, guys, I will end the episode here. Next time we will head to try and get Celis back and have our confrontation with Dex. And I have a sneaky suspicion that Lloyd himself may show up, because it definitely did say, wow, interesting, I can't go back to... Huh. That's super interesting. Because I was just gonna go to a different town and find an item shop. They're really making me work with what I've got. But anyway, we'll get Celis back. I have a suspicion Lloyd himself may show up, because they have definitely set up the fact that this whole thing is put together in order to draw Lloyd out of hiding. And so apparently Lloyd's been hiding. I don't know why, but I bet we'll find out. Where did I just go? Wow, that was random and weird. Anyway, see you next time, guys.